For the last 2 days, 47-year-old Turbo has been fighting a running battle in this land of trucking torment.
It's hot, it's rough, and my truck's falling to pieces.
He's just delivered $200,000 worth of mining vehicles.
That's now another customer happy, another delivery well done.
Now, he faces a long, hard road home to Brisbane with an empty truck. And in this game, the bottom line is simple. No load means no money.
Every time that wheel doesn't turn, it costs a couple $1,000.
He's desperate to find a load out of the small, remote town of Weipa to pay his $2,000 fuel bill home.
It's going to cost a fortune to run home empty.
But time's against him. Other trucking jobs are lined up at home. If Turbo's late back, he could lose them and thousands more dollars.
I've got 6 trailer loads from Brisbane to Melbourne that I've got to do.
But from out of nowhere comes good news.
Oh yeah, I got it, I still got the touch.
He's landed a lucrative job. 2 large mobile huts bound for a mine 1,800 kilometres away. Each fragile hut is worth $100,000. They must survive some of the roughest roads in the country.
Go north.
But it's not just the dirt Turbo will have to contend with. This remote tropical frontier is just 1,400 kilometres from the equator.
Stinking hot. It's a wet heat, but you sweat out. Yeah, right on the fence.
With temperatures passing 40 degrees,
Clear.
the 130-kilo trucker must wrestle a 20-ton building onto his truck.
Happy with that, mate?
One hut's on. But suddenly, something's wrong. Turbo's in trouble.
My head's now spinning. I'm just about ready to pass out because of the heat.
In the brutal conditions, his body's overheating. He's at risk of getting heat stroke. Left untreated, it can be fatal.
I'm just trying to cool the body, get the body to regulate the temperature again and cool the temperature right off, but it's just because my head's starting to spin, that's not a good sign.
But with vital freight waiting to be loaded, Turbo decides to tough it out. Push too hard now, and the whole trip could go into meltdown.
Yeah. Is it worth me going to the point of heat exhaustion? I'd do it all day, every day if I had to.
He survived the heat, and he's fully loaded. Now, Turbo faces 1,100 kilometres of diabolical dirt. All up, the massive rig weighs in at over 50 tonnes. But it isn't the weight that worries Turbo.
It is an awkward load, and it's also a very fragile load.
Any damage will come out of Turbo's pocket.
I am a little nervous about braking stuff. The stakes are extremely high.
On this vital run, he can't afford to smash anything.
Oh. Something didn't sound right. Something really didn't sound right. Oh shit. That's not good.
The violence of the road has ripped a metal tap clean off a water tank. Out here, it's a precious resource. But there's more serious trouble above. An aircon unit's taken a beating.
Yeah, that's pulled that down.
He's had a day of heat exhaustion and hard grind. Now, Turbo's looking at a damage bill worth hundreds of dollars.
I'm over this at the moment. I'm over this.
And just when he's down,
you arrogant? Drove through that water and sprayed water or mud all over me.
But there's yet another headache. Nightfall is looming, and at 4 metres wide, Turbo's rig is classed as oversize. He must be off the road by dark.
Ah, you f***ing thing.
His camp's still 50 kilometres away. If Turbo can't make it in time, he'll be sleeping on the roadside.
Yep, I'm over the day. I really am. I've had enough of the day.
Turbo's not happy.
It's not gonna move.
And ahead is another hard run on the dirt.
This is bone-shattering, truck-smashing road.
It's now Turbo's 4th day on this hell of a highway. While his truck's taking a hammering, his main concern is the damage to his $200,000 fragile load.
Front trail is fine, but the back trail is playing up.
If the huts take a hit, he'll have to foot the bill.
What the hell's that?
Turbo's got more trouble. He urgently needs to check the load. The first hut's a mess. But at the second...
The one I'm worried about the most, this building. What the hell?
there's even more trouble.
Was there an air conditioning unit in that?
The whole air conditioning unit's vanished. Turbo's hoping it's fallen into the hut.
Well, that's why I can't get in. That's...
The unit's a write-off, adding another $800 to his damage bill.
Oh, God.
Despite all his best efforts, the rough road's slowly destroying Turbo's freight.
What do you do?
Any more damage, and he'll come out of it deep in the red.
I'm just driving real steady, real slow.
With work waiting at home, he must keep moving, or he'll lose thousands more dollars. But some days, you just can't catch a break. Outback Roadworks, 2 kilometres of them. But Turbo worried. The detour is a narrow slip road, lined with trees.
Them trees are right on the edge. One of these buildings hits those trees. It's about $100,000 for it to replace the building.
That kind of damage could wreck not just Turbo's load, but his business.
Yeah, mate, listen, I'm 4'6" in height. Mate, any chance I can sort of run down the middle instead of running down that tablespoon and cleaning up all the trees? No one's giving straight answers.
The fate of his freight rests on getting clear instructions from the road crew.
Yeah, I've got no idea what they want me to do. Yes, mate?
Yeah, mate, that's a negative. We're coming up on the pavement, mate. Negative. We've got too much land of road and negative.
With permission denied, there's no option. He'll have to take his $200,000 load onto the tight, tree-lined slip road. Hit one, and he could face a business-breaking damage bill. To protect the load, he's dropped his speed.
Now we're doing 10k an hour.
While he's keeping clear of the trees to the side, above, there's a problem.
The tree's got me hung up right in the middle of the detour. If I go into it or pull at the gate, it'll just peel the whole roof straight off of this front one.
Turbo needs an extra pair of eyes. He'll have to put his trust in the roadworks crew.
I can't see up the top. I can only assume and listen for something to go bang and pop.
After a nail-biting crawl, Turbo's made it. His next stop is 250 kilometres away in the town of Mariba, but time's against him.
Now I'm going to be off the road before dark, because that's just the rules of road train oversize. So it's a big push.
And up ahead, more trouble.
There's a load limit on the bridge, and I'm over 42 tonne. So I'm going to go on the bypass.
But out here, a bypass is no smooth piece of bitumen. For a 50-tonne road train, it may as well be an assault course.
That's going to be hard to do, and I'm just afraid of getting bogged.
It's sharp, twisting, tight and sandy. A perfect storm for getting bogged. After 4 days of hell, Turbo's alone in wild country and running out of daylights. Put a wheel wrong and days worth of pain will have been for nothing.
We're halfway across. Right now all I care about is getting off of this road. I was concerned and stressed, but it's all good. I always have faith in you, baby, don't I? Another 20 minutes, that's my day done.
Next morning, Turbo's got more trouble.
Motherfucking goddamn heap of shit!
A rubber seal on a brake booster has ruptured. It needs to be replaced.
I got no room to move under here.
The job will eat up time, but that's the least of Turbo's worries.
Come on!
Inside the booster is a spring, under enormous tension. If it's not handled with care, the results could be deadly.
If I don't do this right, that's going to fly off at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Will literally take your head off and kill you.
Replacing a ruptured disc is a tricky fix. Calling for patience
I'm gonna go
and finesse.
apo here in a minute.
One mistake could be fatal.
If I don't do this right, I will literally have my face ripped to 1,000,000 pieces.
Now comes the riskiest part, releasing the brake from a spring under massive tension.
The danger part's pulling this part here off. They got a little bit close. It's all done, it's in, so I can get going again.
He's back on the road, but the emergency fix has cost him.
Well, I've lost just over half a day, so I'm really pushing against time. Talking about 200 k's of real bad dirt.
As an oversized load, he can't travel by night.
And there's literally nowhere to pull up.
With 2 hours of daylight remaining, the race is on. But this road is a truck breaker. And ahead, a single-lane narrow bridge still under construction.
I got to navigate this bendy bridge, and they've got half of it cut out.
Keeping all 42 wheels on the road is stress enough for Turbo. But there's another problem.
Oversized road train, southbound 17.
From the radio chatter, he knows there's another road train coming his way.
Last I heard, he was at 12, and I haven't heard him since.
If he meets company on the one-lane bridge, both rigs will be in trouble.
And then we're royally screwed because neither one of us can back up.
As Turbo hits the bridge, there's barely room for one rig.
It's narrow, it's got sandy edges.
For two, it's a surefire route to a dead end.
I'm professional at this.
He's clear. Just in time.
It's over, a couple little tight spots, but she's done.
But straight away, Turbo wishes he was back on the smooth concrete of the bridge.
Really bad frigging corrugation.
No matter how slow Turbo goes on the rough road, his truck and freight are paying the price.
Oh, that air conditioner's starting to pop out now. This is the I face all the time.
And there's more trouble under the $200,000 load.
You're kidding me. That is designed for lifting and tying off of.
The bars securing the 20-ton huts are bending under the relentless pounding.
Bird shit welds, because they've only got a weld there.
If they break, the load could come crashing off Turbo's trailer, handing him a damage bill he can't afford.
The rest of the way on this road, I'm taking it easy.
To keep his freight intact, Turbo must drop to a crawl.
Corrugations are getting more and more severe, so I've backed it right off. These buildings are just playing havoc.
Nightfall's fast approaching, and with it, Turbo's oversized curfew.
I reckon I've got 20 minutes of light left.
It's a slow-motion race to get off the punishing dirt before dark, and the road's fighting him for every metre.
Is that a crash?
It's a $700 air conditioner, broken off completely. With 20 minutes till dark, Turbo can't stop. He must get his battered freight off the dirt while he still can.
There's the end. Thank God for that. Get off this crap, go to the parking bay and have a shower.
Next day, the dirt is finally behind him, and Turbo can haul in his blown-out schedule.
I'm within an hour of delivery time, which is good.
But after yesterday's punishment, his truck's still paying the price.
I'm just getting air feeding back through the control valve. Or a line's got a hole in it or something.
Turbo's brake lines are leaking air. No air means no brakes.
Just all the dirt and the shit gets into it and everything.
It's too dangerous to go on, but with his delivery due in an hour, the fix needs to be quick. Despite Turbo's handiwork, the problem's worse than he thought.
It shit itself.
After days of pain and damage, for Turbo, blowing his deadline would be the final straw.
Oh, come on. I'm going to bypass this valve. Regulates the air for the brakes. It's going to work, trust me.
It's not pretty, but a patched-up bypass is all Turbo can do.
You got no other choice, then you got to do what you got to do. Oh, it's done. Sorted out. Right now, it's time to move.
There's barely 40 minutes till deadline. He'll have to put his foot down and hope the fix holds.
It's a temporary bypass to get moving so I don't run the risk of blowing my brakes.
But Turbo's not the only one in a hurry. A flatbed truck is desperate to pass. With a narrow road and steep drops on either side, it's a dangerous move.
You'll always come off second best to one of these.
He's risking his and Turbo's life. But this driver won't wait. And in the distance, another rig heading straight for them.
Louis!
If he can't get by quickly, Turbo will have to slam on the same brakes he's just patched up.
I'm not prepared to kill myself for anyone. he was halfway down the trailer trying to overtake me while there was a truck coming the other way and almost caused a bloody head-on accident.
While the road's clear, Turbo's deadline's almost up. If he's to make it, he must keep pushing to the line.
I'm getting close.
With minutes to spare, he's made it.
Well, we're just about at our destination. These buildings come off here. 2,500 kilometres. I'm happy.
Turbo's taken a beating, but he's here on time.
I'm here at the destination, unloading. I'm happy.
But for this Outback trucker, the road never ends.
Another load down. From here, I head on in for my next one.
Time to get back on the dirt. Turbo's got a new truck.
Bought another one. Fleet expansion.
And it's about to make its maiden run. Fully loaded, straight through the centre of Australia.
This is going to be the first trip in the new truck. So, give the old girl a try.
Up north, it's the wet season. The forecast is for rain, and plenty of it.
All the major highways have been getting flooded and cut off. So I've got concerns about what it's actually doing out there at this stage.
Time to load up and find out. First, 18 pallets of cement mix going through to Darwin. But there's a problem. There's more than expected, and Turbo's worried about the extra weight.
But I'm just trying to work it out.
But there's 3 invoices, you add it to it.
All right. So what's the actual weight on these pallets?
1.5 each.
That's 27 tonnes.
Okay, because that puts it overweight.
Turbo's trailer can only carry 23. Running over could mean a big fine.
Can't do it. At 3.5 tonne overweight, I'm not taking that risk.
You can only go maximum 24 tonne.
The only thing I can think of, we grabbed them last 2 off and we'll have to put these ones to the other trailer.
Yeah, all right.
Reloading the excess pallets onto another trailer will waste valuable time.
The whole day is just going to be f***ed up. I can tell you that right now.
And news from Alice Springs hasn't improved his mood.
Report last night is that it is flooded up there. All right, let's go.
Next up, 9 pallets of electrical distribution boards. Protecting them from the weather will be a challenge on this trip.
Yeah.
Turbo's not having much luck with his loading today.
And now it's going to come down heavier.
It doesn't bode well for the dirt roads ahead.
Right, let's have a go.
Yeah.
After all the delays, Turbo's schedule is blowing out. He rushes back to his loading yard to switch trailers for the extra pallets of cement mix. The second trailer already has a bulldozer on board, with plenty of room for the cement. But swapping trailers could be a problem. The rain has made the ground soft. He hopes wooden planks will stop his 23-tonne trailer from sinking.
Broken the wood.
Problem is, it can actually sink through the ground because the ground's wet.
It's a problem Turbo doesn't have time for. But to make his delivery deadlines, he's decided to leave it and push on.
If it was going to sink, it would have sunk a long time ago.
After picking up the extra cement and some fertiliser, it's dog run time. One trailer at a time through the suburbs to hook up his road train 100 kilometres out of the city. One trailer down, one to go.
I'm heading home.
It's back to the yard to fetch it. But there's trouble overhead.
This isn't just a rain cell, it's actually a storm cell.
Where Turbo's going, a downpour would be a disaster, turning dirt roads into rivers.
This is just giving me a glimpse of what I'm possibly going to be facing over the next few days. 50k an hour, 50, 70k an hour winds. Our rain's actually coming down and just sheets across the road.
And if torrential rains weren't enough,
Ah,
a call from his yard with bad news about his sinking trailer.
one side has actually dropped about half a foot into the ground. They must have had a shitload of rain and water must have sat under there and softened it up even more. I didn't think it would have.
Without his trailer, this job will be sunk. Getting it out will need a bit of grunt.
Dig this out 4 hours.
It's a tight fit. But Turbo's excavations are centimetre perfect.
Hooked in.
With the trailer finally freed, it's back out of town to hook up his road train. At last, with 2 trailers and 40 tonnes on the back, Turbo's new truck is ready to roll. But he doesn't get very far.
Light's broken a bolt.
A headlight has come loose. Keep going and it could fly clean off. Turbo saves the light, but then
For f***'s sake.
an oil leak from his front wheel. It could mean trouble. Lots of it.
Collapsed bearings. Turn the truck over.
It can't be fixed on the side of the road. Turbo has to limp to the next town for help.
Get to Longreach and that way I can get parts tomorrow.
Turbo's new pride and joy has barely made it out of Brisbane.
It's leaking, and if the oil's not kept up to it to keep it cool and lubricated, it could shear the axle off and kill us. Because it'll spit the whole wheel out, dig the front of the truck into the ground and flip it over.
If that is the problem, Turbo needs replacement parts.
The closest parts I can get for it is Townsville.
That's 800 kilometres away and in the wrong direction. After half an hour watching it,
I'm trying to work out exactly where it is leaking from.
the mystery leak has dried up.
Because the more I look at it, it's not leaking out of it. So, it could be old excess oil.
Turbo thinks he's safe to push on. He's now heading into the serious side of this run. An 800-kilometre dirt road shortcut through desolate country.
Back on the dirt.
Taking this track shaves 500 kilometres off Turbo's route.
Where this is going to bring me out, it's going to be roughly about 70 or 80 clicks north of Alice Springs. So then it's only just a short hop into Alice.
But the shortcut comes with a price tag. Heat, dust, and load-destroying corrugations. Hundreds of kilometres from help.
You cannot get any more remote than this.
And it doesn't take long for the corrugations to take their toll.
There's one part of the load that I'm concerned is the very two back pallets, because they're shifting around. We'll be checking it all out and see what's going on.
He's made it to a remote cattle station.
All right, something's going on.
Checking his load, his worst fears are quickly confirmed. Dozens of bags have broken loose.
Nothing I can do. It's just, I'm gonna have to try to bloody pull it all off pallets and stack it.
Turbo is staring down the barrel of some hard graft. And the bad news just gets worse.
I think I know exactly what it is now. The actual hub itself, the shit itself, is cracked.
His luck with the wheel bearing has run out. It's completely destroyed. Push on, and he's inviting disaster.
Well, what's going to happen is the bearings aren't going to be lubricated, they're going to overheat and then explode.
His only option, a favour from the station owner and some clever bush repairs.
I'm going to have to do a rebuild here in the morning. I'm going to have to see if I can use his workshop, and I'll have to deal with it when I get to Darwin.
Well, there was no friggin' oil left. There's a friggin' crack right there. And there.
Oh, yeah, that's totally f***ed, isn't it?
Plastic, steel, fixes everything.
Let it sit and dry. It takes an hour or so to set rock hard.
To work, the repair will need to be perfectly watertight.
Put the seal on either side of the actual hub seal.
Now to replace the lost oil.
It's a bush repair, but do what I can do to get myself going again. And that's it, it's done. Time to get the hell out of here.
Back on the road, and Turbo's hub is soon just a minor worry. A major worry has taken its place.
There is some bull dust holes along here.
Potholes filled with fine dust are hidden along the road. They're deep.
Probably 12 inches thick of bull dust.
And they're dangerous.
Oh, just bogging right down now.
Hit a big one and Turbo could roll his truck.
Jesus. That side of the trailer would have come up off the ground.
Turbo's worried that his load has shifted. But he wasn't expecting this mess.
You've got to be f***ing kidding. For f***'s sake. Basically, I've got to unload them off the truck, put them on the ground, and restack them all up again.
It's the hottest part of the day, at the hottest time of the year. And Turbo's 120 kilometres from help.
Heap of shit. It's not f***ing fun. Friggin' 50 or 60 degree heat out there right now.
Each bag weighs 20 kilos.
There's probably 100 bags of pellet.
Turbo needs a new location for the 2 pallets of fertiliser.
The only way I'm going to be able to have any control over them is to put them between those pallets and the blade on the bulldozer.
He's still got a ton of work ahead of him.
I run a chance of dehydration, heat stroke and sunstroke. At this point, it can become fatal to life.
After 3 hours of back-breaking work, the restack is finished, and so is Turbo.
Say 2.5, 3 tonne, I'm physically shifting. Probably 60 or 70 degree heat outside in the sun, and it physically and mentally drains you.
But with 350 kilometres of rough dirt track ahead,
Because I am on one of the hardest roads in the country, it's 10 times harder.
this road and Turbo's workload are far from over. Turbo's made it to his first drop-off in Alice Springs.
I've got a couple of overexcited customers. They're glad I'm here.
Finally, he can offload the fertiliser, which has given him so much grief.
I've already told the customer that the pallet's collapsed on me. When you want to drive 800 kilometres in dirt, it's just one of the things that happens. Those ones there, straight in front of the blade of yours. Yeah, as you see how much it collapsed.
All right.
A few bags down, but the school's gardeners are happy to get their delivery. And Turbo's happy to see it gone.
Too easy. All right, guys.
Happy trails.
Yeah.
Next cab off the rank, the bulldozer. But this is no ordinary offload.
To get into the next drop-off point, I've had to go through and get security clearance, a level 1 security clearance.
Turbo's next customer is a strategic defence facility.
All I know is it is a top secret sort of place.
And for reasons of national security, only Turbo can continue beyond this point. Operation complete, and Turbo hits the long road north.
We're on our way out of Alice Springs now to Darwin, just a little jog up the road, 1,500 k's up the road.
That's a long way to go with a patched up wheel hub. Turbo wants to check his repair job is holding up. There's no leaking oil, but there's something else leaking.
Looks like I've split the bottom of the f***ing radiator.
A badly leaking radiator could be the hammer blow for Turbo's truck and this repair-riddled journey.
See if I can slow it down a bit. Get in Darwin, it's got to be fixed. Probably replaced.
Drive even a few hundred metres and he could kill his truck. To fix this one, Turbo's on foot.
Nothing like walkabout.
With an unusual bush repair in mind. First on the shopping list, radiator stop leak.
And some chemical.
Second, farm fresh eggs.
Now I'll go and play and put this in and put my eggs in my radiator.
Eggs in the radiator, eh?
Hey.
Got some bacon there if you want it.
I'm going to put a couple of eggs in to the radiator.
It might look like Turbo's cracked it, but this strange brew is a known emergency repair. If his recipe works, the eggs should cook inside the radiator, then get sucked into the leak, plugging it.
It's a bush repair to get me going. All I can do is just keep an eye on it.
An hour later, his water pressure and temperature gauges are holding steady at safe levels. After 300 kilometres of driving on eggshells, Turbo's had enough.
Coming into where I'm going to call home for the night, a place called Three Ways. She's been an eventful day. I'm going to go see me mates, have a feed with them, then I'm going to bed.
Next day, and Turbo's looking to put his bad luck behind him and push on to Darwin. But this nightmare is far from over.
I got 2 screwed up tyres. That isn't what I want to find this morning.
Turbo's new truck is accumulating a depressing list of mechanical faults.
Been a shithouse trip.
Adding to his woes, an old wound has opened back up. All he can do is try more stop leak. If he can get the radiator cap off.
Took the cap off, erupted Mount Everest, and then the leak in the radiator stopped.
With 900 kilometres still left in his marathon journey, he needs his radiator to hold together for one more day. But that's just the start of Turbo's stress.
I'm going to blow a tyre out today, and of course my jack's screwed up. I got to replace it. Replace the jack.
Until Turbo makes it to Darwin for some serious repairs, he can't relax.
It's a new day, new dramas today, deal with them as they come.
More bad news.
The tyre's gone already, has it?
Oh, it's gone, right?
Turbo's problem tyre has blown out.
Didn't feel it, didn't even hear it. All I can do is pull up and just check it.
Deal with it in Darwin. Hasn't actually disintegrated. So there's not much I can do with it.
With his truck on life support, Turbo can't afford any more mechanical mishaps.
It's a shit of a run. Looking forward to getting into Darwin.
His customers are expecting their freight this afternoon, but daylight's fading, and Turbo's still 100 kilometres away.
I'm stressing over just having so many delays.
At last, Darwin. He's at the yard.
I can't see any movement whatsoever.
But it's too late.
Come back here at 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. All right, mate, are you right to do this unload now? Yeah.
Turbo may be 12 hours late, but finally he can put one of his worst runs behind him.
I get hurdles put in front of me and I'll jump them. It's not for the faint-hearted. It takes a certain breed to come out and do this job.
How was the trip all up?
Honestly or lyingly?
Say it as it is.
It was f***ing shit. But we're here.
On this job, he's delivering mining machinery from his home in Brisbane to Darwin in the Northern Territory. At nearly 4,000 kilometres, it's like driving the length of the UK 4 times on isolated outback roads. And more than 55 hours of hard-pounding highway hell.
Oh, that hurt.
But for the last 2 months, a back injury has meant he's barely been able to manage a fraction of that.
Having to stop probably every 2-3 hours. I've got to get out and I've got to walk around for 10 minutes. Then I've got to keep having my medication, my painkillers and anti-inflammatories for it.
Turbo's still recovering from hospital treatment to deal with the problem. For 6 long weeks, he's been at home recuperating.
It has been a while since I've been out on a good trip now, since I've been in hospital.
And with his wheels not turning, money's getting tight.
Well, they were up on paying anyway.
Yeah, you weren't going to unload unless they paid.
The run to Darwin will bring in vital business, but it won't come cheap.
You know, at $4.5 grand in fuel to get up there, and then $4.5 grand to come home, so there's $9,000 in fuel in a round trip in a week.
Turbo's a one-man, one-truck firm. Making money means keeping moving. With 4,000 kilometres ahead, one piece of bad luck could mean disaster for Turbo and his business.
If we get a delay that's going to hold us up 12, 14 hours, mate, we're absolutely...
Oh, me back. That hurts.
After weeks off the road, it's a vital run for his business. He's got more kilometres ahead of him in one night than he's driven in weeks, hauling 2 trailers of machinery to a client in Darwin.
It's going to be a long night.
Standing in his way is the 664-metre high Toowoomba Range.
As of now, we're actually on the bottom of the range.
Turbo's truck can pull up to 140 tonnes, but with just 34 on board, it's struggling.
We should be doing a lot better than this. That's now starting to become a little bit of a concern. It's dropped oil pressure. It's actually putting temperature right up over where I want it to be.
High temperature and low oil pressure could do serious damage to Turbo's engine.
End up bloody damaging camshafts, can end up, God knows what damage you're going to do inside.
On such a crucial job, that's damage he can't afford.
I have a breakdown going up here, mate. It'll shut half the range down, mate, and just get a bloody tow truck and pull it up. And I don't want to do that. You don't want to have a breakdown going up here. We're over the halfway point now.
Darwin is still more than 3,000 kilometres away.
Let's just pick it up now.
It's a worrying start to his run. But as night falls, engine trouble isn't Turbo's only problem.
My back is already starting to twinge and ache on me now, which is not good. I'm going to have to deal with pain and agony of driving and the throbbing and the numbness going through the leg.
If he's to make his delivery in time, Turbo needs to push on. He's heading into one of the most remote sections of his run, a 300-kilometre stretch of near-empty outback highway. Turbo's alone in the dead of night. It's not a place you want to break down. But up ahead, there's a worrying sight.
Let's drop something. Pull up, find out, if everyone's all right or what's going on, see if you can be assistance. There's no driver around.
The truck looks abandoned, 100 kilometres from the nearest town.
That's not bloody good at all. Apart from what I can see, he's bloody sheared an axle. 50 tonne of bloody machine. Could have come along, found him laying on his side somewhere. Might just go for a quick wander, see if he's up there, see if there's something we can do.
It's time Turbo can't spare, but out here, truckers rely on each other.
You break down, you are totally isolated. You don't have a mobile phone that you can pick up and go, I need help. Nothing like a nice walk in the middle of the night down the middle of nowhere.
Who knows what the driver is, eh? He's just got to live somewhere, who knows?
There's nothing more Turbo can do. He needs to get back on the road.
Hope he's all right. Hope he is all right. He got somewhere, so hopefully he should have help coming out soon. All right. Well, might as well keep going myself.
I have never ever missed a delivery, ever. And I'm not about to start to.
He's racing to complete a job for a new client, deliver on time, and he could score regular work to help get his business back on track. But it's just not Turbo's day.
Who the hell puts traffic lights in the middle of football?
Roadworks, the thing Turbo loves to hate.
After being so far behind last night, now I'm going to get held up here. Is it my turn yet? Thank you. Classic work. They all stand around and just talk. Not actually working, they're just standing there talking. Honestly, I reckon they got their brains out of the cornflake box. Stop, start, stop, start. And stop. Again. Come on. This is delays that I don't want. Oh, hallelujah. 4 lots of roadworks in a matter of bloody 10 kilometres. That's usually when I get a little bit peeved off. Delay after delay.
After an hour and a half of crawling between stop signs,
I'm that far behind time, it's not funny now.
every delay puts Turbo further behind his vital deadline.
Where's the end of all this bloody roadworks?
Turbo still has 3,000 kilometres to go on his vital cross-country run. He must be in Darwin in 4 days. To make it in time, he needs to pull out all the stops. But from nowhere,
Something's not right. Something's not right at all.
Turbo's engine trouble is back.
Engine temperature's actually running up pretty high. The oil pressure's actually dropped down below 300.
It's the same problem he's had before, but a whole lot worse.
If it completely drops oil pressure, it's game over. I'm bloody worried because drops oil pressure means there's no oil actually injecting to lubricate the pistons, which then will actually seize the engine. So there's about $45,000 to get a new engine done.
Turbo's already under massive financial pressure. A blown engine could break his business.
Have to get up here and pull up and have a look at it. That's not good. Oil coming out of the filter.
The engine's losing oil. This won't be an easy fix.
You've got to drain all the oil out of it, you've got to pull the sump off it, you've got to clean it all. And that's not a 5-minute job.
Turbo can't make repairs here. He'll have to risk driving to the next town, a day and a half away.
1,700 kilometres and there's nothing. There is nothing at all.
If the problem gets any worse, it could cost Turbo big time.
If I've got to make a phone call and get someone to come out, no profit. No profit at all.
He still has 4 more days of hard trucking to go, with a precious job on the line. After weeks of frustration, waiting to get back in the cab, it's the last straw.
Thanks! Jesus. don't need these right now. Things are sent to try me.
But Turbo's truck isn't the only thing playing up.
All that bouncing around last night didn't really help at all. That hurt.
After weeks off work, his business badly needs the cash from this job. He must make it to Darwin in one piece and on time. 2,500 kilometres from his destination,
I'm bloody off balance today. I don't know why.
Turbo's ready to hit the road. What he needs is a good run into Darwin.
What's going on?
But his truck has other plans.
It's not good. We've got a little problem. She's completely blowing the bloody fuse in the circuit, so I've got to get into the fuse box.
Fixing an electrical problem means yet more delays.
Why has this happened to me? Just when I thought the day was going to be a good day.
He's already behind schedule.
Not this today.
Taking his cab to pieces is the last thing Turbo needs. Luckily, it's just a blown fuse. A $2 replacement should do the job. Only problem, finding one.
The amount of bloody crap I carry in here, right?
With no replacement to hand, the fix is textbook Turbo.
One hot wire.
Stripping down a piece of wire.
We have power.
Turbo needs to make up lost time. But as darkness falls, something in his wing mirror catches his attention.
Have a look in the mirror.
There's sparks flying from the back of the truck.
Whatever it is, it ain't good.
Turbo needs to pull over as fast as possible. Where there's sparks, there could be fire. At the rear of Turbo's 40-metre road train lies the culprit.
Chains.
A chain that's supposed to be holding a 28-tonne excavator.
It's completely come undone.
If he hadn't caught the problem in time, the load could have become dangerously unstable.
Just goes to show how rough these roads are. That train was super bloody tight, but now here it is. Sending sparks everywhere. It's one of them things you don't bloody see until after it happens.
Next morning, Turbo's on the road early. He wants to check in with wife Jo in Brisbane.
There. No, well that's... I've got an overheat engine shutdown.
Turbo's engine troubles are back. He's 200 kilometres from the nearest town, in the midst of the Outback.
All I'm gonna bloody need.
It's a dangerous place to have a problem.
I don't know. So I bloody open that bonnet and I have a look at it.
If the trouble is serious, Turbo's trip could be over right here. Under the hood, there's no sign of a problem. Turbo thinks an air pocket in the truck's cooling system might be the culprit.
The header tank's full of water. What I'm actually starting to think is maybe I've got an airlock in there somewhere.
He hopes that opening a release valve on the red-hot engine will clear the blockage.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, that's hot! Oh.
Scalding water has hit Turbo in the eye.
Can you imagine getting your kettle and sticking your hand in it and just flicking it over your face? That's what it's like. Right on the point of the actual eyeball itself.
If getting burnt wasn't enough, the engine problem is still a mystery.
I don't know why it overheated. I've got no water leaks, I've got plenty of coolant. I have no idea.
But with every minute lost, Turbo's falling further behind time. If he's to make Darwin on schedule, he must get back on the road. One more problem and it could be game over for his engine and his business. Turbo's pushing hard into the night. It's a dangerous time to be on the road.
Let's watch these roos here, mate.
Out here, night time is feeding time, especially for kangaroos.
They are a menace. They do a lot of damage. That's why we do run big solid bull bars.
At up to 90 kilos, an adult roo can punch a serious hole in even the toughest truck. Turbo must stay focused on the road ahead. There's no knowing where or when trouble will strike.
Roos. Straight under the trailer. Done some damage, I can tell you that now. I'm lucky. Broken mud flap. $30 to fix.
But the roo's done more damage than just the mud flap.
Ripped the slack adjuster out and pulled the brakes apart. Oh, that's how much damage these roos do, eh? Oh, that brake is not going to work now.
Turbo's lost one of his brakes. Replacement parts are 400 kilometres away.
All I can do is just laugh. That's all I can do. Because if I don't laugh, I'm going to cry.
Turbo's concern now is if the damaged booster breaks off altogether.
If that brake booster actually completely breaks off all the way and starts dragging on the ground, I'm going to have a sudden loss of air, which is then going to lock up the trailer and the truck because I've got no air to keep the brakes released.
He must nurse his wounded truck into Darwin. What he doesn't need now is to slam on his brakes in a hurry.
Oh, come on! Cattle! After locking the thing to a dead stop.
The truck survived the near miss. After a colossal 3,500 kilometres, the end is in sight.
Almost there. 80 clicks south of Darwin.
Turbo can check in with his client and bring the load home.
Yeah, just let him know Turbo, P&J Transport, the excavators. You've probably seen me coming around the corner now.
Yeah, I do.
All right, mate, I start setting this, getting it ready. The customer is the one who puts the bread and butter on your table every night. My customers will always come first.
For this one-man trucking empire,
I don't want to climb up there, not with my back.
it's a painful step towards global domination.
I want to become one of the biggest companies in the country. I'd like to be a global player. And I would like to be able to supply a transport service through road, air and sea.